EVindie is a boundary-pushing musical maverick hailing from San Francisco, captivating listeners with electrifying indie pop and heartfelt storytelling. And EVindie is with us here. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. So, what was it that inspired you to pursue a career in music?
I don't think it was something that I really chose. It just kind of came on me. And I was in an environment with a lot of very different creatives. And it was something that I just kind of was akin to immediately and picked it up and never stopped.
Your music is often described as a fusion of urban energy and introspective charm. So, how did your San Francisco roots and experience influence your sound and style?
Yeah, I think, San Francisco is such a historical place for music. And growing up in that area, I felt like I had just a lot of freedom, not just musically, but as a person. And so it allowed me to kind of be in different genres, not just in music, but in life, and learn and, experience culture and have this really rich history. And so that's what I think kind of contributed to that.
And you started as a young guitarist in Fisherman's Wharf. So what was your journey from there to becoming an emerging indie artist?
Well, I think it took some dips and turns,
Yeah.
but as a young person, I was playing, just kind of busking out in Fisherman's Wharf, and was approached by a San Francisco label and another record company. And I think just it kind of went from there. It was something I felt like I couldn't really sign into because I just didn't feel like it had my my vision for music. So I just stayed indie, and I started pursuing different bands. I went on tour with different bands, and did a lot of local community stuff until I ended up in a studio just kind of writing for people and other bands. And it wasn't until COVID that I decided to go back out and bring the music out, because I had all these songs that I had done, and I didn't have anywhere to put them because a lot of the people that I was working with had either moved or gone away during this time of COVID. And so my connections were kind of lost. So I had to start again, kind of grassroots right here back in San Francisco.
As a songwriter, you delve into a lot of themes of love, self-discovery, and the human experience. So how do you approach writing your songs, and what inspires you to get to the heart of these emotions?
It varies, really. I mean, it can be a personal experience. Most of the time, it's more watching other people, seeing the experiences that they go through, that kind of inspire me to write either about their situation, about them, about discovery, about how to get through these times. Or, everybody feels, heartbroken at some time. Everybody feels elated, in love at some time. So depending on what the mood or mode is and the people I have contact with and the things I'm experiencing, then I'll sit down and write.
And your debut single, It's You, garnered a lot of attention and set the stage, really, for your career. So what was the creative process behind that song?
Yeah, It's You is a great song. I really like it because it feels very, it has a very lo-fi element, but it has a lot of R&B and that pop element that kind of keeps you engaged. The song is just about when you're in love and you're experiencing that with another person, and you have these communication issues or different types of pools in the relationship that are not really talked about until you really get to that point where you are expressing how you really feel about the relationship. And I think that was something that I was going through at that time. And so writing that, it's a very personal song. And I think it came out really good. I think that people are really seeing it as a relatable kind of experience.
A big part of your creative process seems to be collaboration. So, do you have any particular memorable experiences of working with producers and writers? And how do you find that collaboration enhances your music?
I think that when I'm collaborating with different artists, it can be quite a process because there's a whole kind of chemistry that has to happen between you and this person. And you really have to get on a level where you're understanding each other and you're both communicating and writing in a way that's creating, the sound or the effect or the lyric that you want. With producers, I find it's much easier because they tend to drive a lot musically. Like if I bring something in, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm working with people, who are really, high stellar producers who know their jobs and they know how to kind of put it all together. So I've been working particularly with a couple of producers putting out music for the past 10 or 15 years. And so we have a really good relationship. And so we can really write well together.
That's great. Do you value those long-term relationships?
Yeah, for sure.
What's next in your musical journey? Are there any upcoming projects or releases that you can share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, during this time of COVID, I had written all this pop music because I was going to be trying to pitch it to different artists. And so that kind of got put on the shelf and I had all this music. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to go back to EVindie and I'm going to be, grassroots about this and just put it out because people do like my music and it'll be fun. So I did it. But then as I started to realize how many songs I had, I started to see how the wave was changing in genre. And so I actually have put out, we have 2 songs ready to go. One's going to be coming out in November, and that's a Christmas song that I wrote many years ago, and we revitalized it and made it sort of a classic 60s song. It was written for my parents' era. And so it's got that really kind of nice Michael Bublé kind of feel to it. And then we're going into another classic Valentine's song, a really cute love song, very bubbly. It could be a duet, it could be a single. So yeah, we've got a little turn in the genre, but at the same time, we try to keep that underline of contagious pop in it to keep people amused. So you've got some things going on.
Excellent. Well, where are we able to find all the music that you've released so far in the meantime?
Yeah, you can find me at www.evindiemusic.com. You can also find me on Spotify, Amazon, Pandora. There's about 150 different distribution labels you can find me on. So just put in EVindie Music and I will pop up somewhere.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for joining us today. It's been great having you here.
Thanks, Tony. I really appreciate your time.